Hello and welcome to another video on Microsoft Project. Today we're going to look at constraints and removing constraints from tasks in your project. So we've got some examples here of items with constraints or items that appear to have constraints. And the first clue to look for is in the indicator column. You will see a constraint appear and different constraint types depending on what constraint has been applied. So simply mouse over it, it gives you details of what that constraint is. And how can we remove it? Well, you can actually just insert a column called constraint type. One of the easiest ways to remove constraints is just change the constraint type to as soon as possible, which will allow Microsoft Project to automatically schedule that task. Another way to manipulate the constraint type is to double click on the task, go into the Advanced tab and change to as soon as possible, which again removes the constraint type. In that last one, we appear to have a task that's been constrained to start later than the start of the project. And this is because that task has been manually scheduled, so look out for that when you are removing or adjusting constraints. The clue is there's nothing in the indicator column, and we can see that it's manually scheduled, and we can just change that by changing it back to auto scheduled, and that will then appear as soon as possible. The other clue to look for is that if you do double click on a task that is manually scheduled, you can't actually set constraint types in Microsoft Project because Microsoft Project isn't managing the schedule for that task. You are. You've assigned a particular date for it. So I hope that was helpful, and look out for other videos on Microsoft Project and other project related material. Thank you.